Hi, everybody, and welcome back, and welcome to the last day of September. I don't know if it's a good welcome or not, but nevertheless, today is the last day of September, meaning obviously tomorrow is the 1st of October. Doesn't sound right, doesn't feel right saying it, but indeed it is so. We'll start off a 10th month tomorrow. We'll do it under some more beautiful weather that's going to run throughout the week's end for the most part. For the most part, a beautiful, beautiful week in store. However, in case you haven't heard, there's a cold front coming. Looks to be right now hitting right around the midpoint of our weekend, which we're already working for. And on the back side of it, showers, thunderstorms, definitely some cooler air. It's going to be a major change of things for several days thereafter. We'll pinpoint your forecast in more detail. Glad you could join us this evening. On tonight's program, I spoke with Donna Hill, mother of Christina. Body was found last week off of Route 80 in Knott County. Funeral services have been set in honor of her daughter. There's also some other information that she's asked me to pass along to you this evening, which of course we will. Other headlines tonight include an ATV accident resulting in a young McGoffin County man being airlifted last night. Football scores from this past Friday night. We're midway through the season. I'll let you know where everyone is and where they're headed this Friday night. And a case of stolen identity out of West Liberty. An arrest taking place during the Sorghum Festival, nearly $20,000 stolen on credit cards from a family member. I'll tell you what I know there. And we've got a great deal of other reports as well and a few things. As is often the case, Mondays are a day of catch-up from over the course of the weekend, and that will certainly be tonight's theme as we get caught up from over the course of the weekend and news happening today. So with all of that said, our first report comes via the Kentucky State Police. Tell us that preliminary data indicates that 5 people lost their lives as a result of 5 separate motor vehicle accidents on Kentucky's roads last week through yesterday. Single fatality motor vehicle crashes occurring in Cumberland, Floyd, and Powell counties. There was also a crash in Jefferson County involving an individual on a bicycle. The crashes in Cumberland, Fleming, and Powell counties involved the suspected use of alcohol. The victims in Cumberland, Floyd, and Powell counties were not wearing their seatbelts. To date, as of yesterday, at least 473 people have lost their lives on Kentucky's roads this year. That does stand 76 fewer than the same time of 2012. And the latest in several Floyd County robberies is being investigated by Kentucky State Police at Post 9 after 911 received a call of a robbery at the Cardinal Country Store in the community of Stanville. Information obtained at the scene indicates that an unknown white male entered the business, brandished a handgun, demanded money, and then fled the scene on foot. He was described only as standing about 6 feet tall, wearing a dark cloth over his face, blue gloves, and blue jeans. And right now, police say that's all they have. They're asking for information from the public. If you have any, contact them at 1-800-222-5555. You can remain anonymous should you wish to do so. The West Liberty Police Department has issued a press release about an arrest that took place this past Friday, and per the police citation of which I have read, it appears as though this arrest took place at the Sorghum Festival, where an individual was arrested for stealing another's identity and then running up credit cards to the tune of nearly $20,000 and then selling a great deal of that merchandise purchased over the television during the Sorghum Festival. The release says that this past Friday, Deputy Sheriff Anthony Gullett arrested this woman, 27-year-old Courtney Phipps, as she's identified in the release. However, she is listed as Courtney Hall with jail records at the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. Nevertheless, she was charged by the deputy with theft of another's identity without consent. According to Deputy Gullett, he and Deputy Kenny Doolin began investigating this case back in May of this year, and their investigation uncovered some $19,000 worth of items that were purchased with 3 credit cards, all applied for with another person's Social Security number. Deputy Gullett also reportedly seized numerous items that Mrs. Phipps, or Miss Hall, was attempting to sell, as well as discovering many items had already been pawned. A police citation recorded at the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center says that the information had been stolen from the suspect's sister, and that using those credit cards, she had purchased a great quantity of jewelry from QVC, JTV, and other television outlets. Some of that jewelry was reportedly recovered at the Sorghum Festival, where she was set up selling those items. It was also recovered, at least a small portion of which, at an area pawn shop as well. Turning to neighboring Breathitt County, 2 reports of sexual abuse pertaining to press releases issued to us from the Attorney General's office, Jack Conway's office today, announcing the guilty plea of a Breathitt County man facing charges of sodomy and sexual abuse of a minor. 33-year-old Thomas Reed Stamper reportedly entered the plea this past Friday in Breathitt Circuit Court. He reportedly entered an Alfred plea, meaning that he did not confess to the crimes, only admitted that there was enough evidence to likely find him guilty. The charges stem from crimes going back to 2005. The victim was under the age of 12 at the time. The victim was the child of a woman Stamper was dating at the time. The abuse reportedly took place at the child's mother's home while the mother was at work and he was in charge of the young person. The Commonwealth recommended that Stamper serve 7 years in prison on the charge of sodomy in the second degree and 6 years on the charge of sexual abuse in the first degree. Final sentencing has been set for the 11th of October in Breathitt County. And Attorney General Conway's office today announced that Breathitt County grand jury has indicted another man on 6 counts of sexual abuse in the first degree for crimes that occurred between 2008 and this year. 67-year-old Robert Morris was charged with 3 counts of sexual abuse in the first degree involving a child victim under the age of 12, which is a Class C felony. It does carry a penalty of up to 5 to 10 years in prison on each charge. And the other 3 counts against Morris involve a child under the age of 16. Those are Class D felonies carrying a penalty of 1 to 5 years in prison for each offense. The case was investigated by the Kentucky State Police and is being prosecuted by General Conway's Office of Special Prosecutions at the request of the Breathitt County Commonwealth's Attorney because of a potential conflict of interest. Morris, meanwhile, is being held in the Three Forks Regional Jail in Beattyville, and he is set to be arraigned in Breathitt Circuit Court on October the 11th. Your News Today will return.
Fall is here, and it's time to rake in the savings at Home Furniture. Come in now for the largest sale ever on select bedroom suites. Prices have been drastically reduced, up to 40% off. All in-stock recliners are buy one, get one half off. Purchase a big screen TV, get a soundbar free. Seasons may change, but we'll always have financing available for everyone, guaranteed. Come in today while supplies last and take advantage of these huge savings at Home Furniture, Highlands Plaza, Prestonsburg.
Whether you want to be feared or favored, funny or frightful this Halloween, Fraser's Prater Drug Seasonal Shop has everything you'll ever need for the mood or effect you desire. And while we never know just how colorful our natural landscape will be at autumn, we are for always certain the season is vibrant inside the region's largest selection of fall and home decor. So come and see what surprises and delights await you at Fraser's Prater Drug Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville.
Hi, I'm Don McFarland. I want to be your family lawyer. If you've been injured on the job, if you're interested in getting your Social Security disability or SSI benefits, or if you've been injured because of someone else's negligence, or basically, if a car wreck has caused you to suffer pain, then pick up the phone and call Donald Wayne, 349-9000.
Faster, friendlier, family-owned Parkway Pharmacy, open 8:30 till 6:30 Monday through Friday in the new McGoffin Medical Plaza under the care of local pharmacist Jesse Rudd. To make Parkway Pharmacy your pharmacy, come by or give us a call at 349-4400. Hold on to your hats because the doors are reopening at Red's Boot Barn in Sagersville this Tuesday with the same outstanding deals and amazing selection of country, western, and workwear at their new location on Route 114. So come on in and check us out at Red's.
At the end of every race, Mark Martin hangs up his driving gloves. He hangs up his fire suit. And he hangs up his helmet. Which is why he picks up his phone and opens the ER Extra app. The app shows ER Extra wait times, locations, and more. It's the one safeguard Mark Martin is never without. ER Extra at Paul B. Hall Regional Medical Center. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Actually out of town for the weekend. However, there were some calls of emergency that took place, a couple of which we have some accompanying video that was brought in to us, including scene of this 2-car crash on Route 114. It happened Saturday night shortly after 11 o'clock. Well, I guess if there's ever a convenient place to be involved in an accident, directly in front of an ambulance service would be one. Nevertheless, these 2 cars collided, a pickup truck pulling out from the parking lot over across from Lucky's Liquor Store. Pulled into the path, we're told, of this vehicle. that was traveling towards Prestonsburg, a man and a woman from Floyd County inside. We're told that as serious as the crash appeared, and with traffic tied up for a significant amount of time, all those involved did refuse medical treatment at the scene. In other emergency calls over the course of the weekend, Sunday afternoon, a two-car crash down at the junction of Route 30 and 460 just out of the Sayersville city limits area involved two vehicles, a passenger car and a pickup truck. We understand that a female and a child of unknown age and identity, for both of them, were in the vehicle, the car that is, and both were taken to an area hospital for observation of what was certainly, we are told, non-life-threatening injuries. A little later on, down on 460 in the Bear Branch Hill area, a single vehicle accident happened. This amounted to, as far as the accident being concerned, nothing more than a vehicle in the ditch line. However, McGoffin County Sheriff's Department did make a DUI arrest in that particular case. Then late last night, shortly after 8:20, 911 received a call of an ATV accident on Route 40 that happened back up on the Ridgeline area where a logging operation is ongoing. Rescue personnel were on the scene about an hour or a little longer trying to reach the victim, package the victim, and then get him transported to an ambulance so he could be taken to an established landing zone. Most of us refer to the area on Route 40 as where the old Ashland oil pond sits. This is next to it, a logging operation that's been ongoing, and this is just some video taken during the daylight earlier today that was brought into the newsroom a few moments ago, showing just indeed how rough the terrain was last night after dark. And after 8 o'clock, the rescue squad and other emergency personnel were called to this location where an ATV had flipped over onto its operator about a mile from Route 40. And the McGoffin County Rescue Squad utilized ATVs and UTVs to retrieve the accident victim and then transport him to an area ambulance. There was going to be a landing zone established nearby in Route 40, but the pilot aborted just before landing, citing fog moving in. They went to an alternate landing zone established near the subway in Sayersville. It was there that they landed and then transported, we're told, a Dustin Allen to the Cabell Huntington Hospital, where he was said to be by a family still in intensive care earlier today with internal and other injuries, although we're glad to report he was alert and conscious throughout the entire incident. A new week always means a new community calendar, and we've got some announcements for you. I've also got one that was sent via email this morning, a congratulatory announcement, if you will, for a young lady who, as of this Saturday, you can now refer to as Miss Apple Blossom. You're looking at Kennedy Beth Ann Garrett. Kennedy's the 15-year-old sophomore, a 15-year-old sophomore at the McGoffin County High School, and the daughter of Connie Minix. This is her photograph, obviously, and this is the email that accompanied it earlier today to the newsroom. It says that Kennedy competed in the Miss Apple Blossom pageant on this Saturday. It was the first ever event for this year's Kentucky Apple Festival. It was held at the Johnson County Middle School gym. 10 contestants competing in interview, sportswear, costume, speech, and evening gown, and Kennedy won the title and is now Miss Apple Blossom 2013. And along with that title, she also received a $1,000 Big Sandy Scholarship and other gifts and prizes. 15-year-old Kennedy Garrett, your new Miss Kentucky Apple Blossom. Now for the calendar, which is, as always, brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau. And this, as you may recall Hoover, probably the name, maybe more than the face. Hoover was lost once upon a time, and we found Hoover. I think we helped find Hoover and get him reunited with his family, but Hoover has ventured off again. So this large black and brown neutered male is now missing from the River Road area about 2 miles from the mouth of Oakley. Hoover is as friendly as they come, wouldn't harm livestock or anyone, not a hunting dog, just a family pet who has taken a little trip. If you've seen Hoover, call 349-5111. Now, that is during the day. So let me give you a number for nights and weekends, which would probably help right now. 884-8295. Once again, if you can help us find Hoover and help Hoover get home, call 884-8295. The Community Free Will Baptist Church on Route 40, they're about 2 miles east of Sayersville. Past the newsroom here, they're having a one-day yard sale. It's tomorrow, October the 1st. Starts at 8 o'clock, and they've got lots and lots of good items. Come early, come anytime, and get the best deals, but they hope you'll just come by. The Community Free Will Baptist Church. A big yard sale starting tomorrow morning at 8. And the family of Jimmy Porter hopes that you can stop by and help support their cause Sunday, October the 13th. Or before then, maybe donate some items in honor or support of a benefit that has been established in his honor. Jimmy is fighting his second battle of prostate cancer since May of 2012 and has most recently had to take a layoff from work because his illness is very severe. There is an auction. There is entertainment by Turning Ground, baked goods of all kinds, a lot of yummy food, and donations are graciously being accepted right now for the auction. You can contact Brittany or Jeremy at the numbers at the bottom of your screen, 367-2443 or 367-3734. And once again, donations graciously being accepted up until October the 11th, the benefit Sunday the 13th. It is time for flu shots. Trust me, I know it may not feel like it. It's going to feel that way in a week, certainly, I think, as far as that cooler air and that mindset of the flu season. But nevertheless, the sooner, the better. You can get your flu shot Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday at the health department here in McGoffin County, 8 till 3, Tuesdays, 8 till 5, Fridays, 8 till noon. If you have any questions, give them a call at 349-6212. And, I guess that's it for this evening's community calendar. Quick reminder, this is how you get announcements on the show, and as always, they're free. And the best way to let everyone know what you've got going on, and that, of course, includes birthdays and anniversaries and special announcements of the like. Oh, wait, this one just handed it to me, coming out of the little brass box in the front door, which is also a good place to leave your calendar announcements, and it's for tomorrow, so I got to make sure to get it on. The Living Water Pentecostal Church on Parkway Drive. That is right across from the old McGoffin County Health Department. They've got revival starting tomorrow night at 1. Brother Bill Shepard, Brother Veldon McCarty, and others are preaching, and this is your special invitation. I'll put this on the calendar and remind you again tomorrow for a couple of nights, but revival starting tomorrow night at 7 at the Living Water Pentecostal Church there on Parkway Drive across from where the old health department's at. Funeral services this Monday, September the 30th, are brought to you on behalf of friends at the McGoffin County Funeral Home and McGoffinCountyFuneralHome.com. I'll tell you more in a few moments about a conversation I had with Donna Hale, mother of Christina Barnett, when we come back after the break. But for now, we do have funeral service listings in her honor. 34-year-old Christina Renee Hale Barnett of Flat Gap passed away on September the 18th, the daughter of Donna Thompson Hale and the late Robert Hale. Besides her mother, she survived by 2 brothers and a sister. A memorial service has been set. It will be held this Wednesday at the Louisa Free Will Baptist Church at 1 o'clock. Services are being conducted by the Phelps & Son Funeral Home of Paintsville. And once again, we'll talk more about Christina in some remarks given to me by her mother earlier this afternoon in just a few moments after these messages. Sagersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce the newest members of our family, Administrator Lane Jones and our full-time chaplain Mark Campbell and volunteer Richard Green, new faces with the same sincere desire as these, to assist you and your family with short-term rehabilitation solutions or long-term nursing care needs, close to home and those that you love. Sagersville Nursing and Rehabilitation. Game time means wing time at Lee's, and that means it's time for you to try our new buffalo wings. I can't tell you our secret, but I can tell you they're marinated and then rolled in our famous, albeit a little spicy, crispy chicken batter and served up with any of our 7 delectable sauces. So get your hands on a meal or a box today at your Sagersville Lee's famous recipe, where no one does chicken like we do chicken. Bailey's Furniture has done it again. This beautiful queen-size sleigh bed, media center, and matching chest are only $295 each, whether you buy one or buy them all. And you can save $400 and get a second nightstand with this gorgeous Von Bassett group. Lazy Boy rocker recliners start at $295, and Catnapper lift chairs start at $689 at Bailey's Furniture and GE Appliance Center. Stop by to see how, with a guaranteed trade-in, you can drive off in this gorgeous 2011 Hyundai Sonata for $17,950 or $299 a month, or how to drive off with a little soul for $12,950 or $235 a month, or how to drive off with a lot of style in this Dodge Ram Daytona at $15,950, all at Premier Motors in Paintsville. 170s, 500, 570, 800, 900s, 2 seats, 4 seats, Razors, Rangers, and XPs in the hottest colors with the coolest accessories with the best financing available and rebates up to $1,000 at Conley's, Kawasaki, and Polaris of Paintsville.
Howdy, Hatfield. I reckon I'll take my pig back.
Ain't your pig.
Yeah, it is.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is, and I can prove it. Ma, I just sent a picture of our missing pig. Tell everybody it's time to start feuding.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I guess ain't gonna be no feud. Real nice picture, though.
We'll put it on Instagram.
Appalachian Wireless is 4G. Great pictures, video, text, and talk. Bigger savings, better service. That's today's Appalachian Wireless.
34-year-old Christina Barnett of Johnson County was found murdered, her body lying off of Route 80 in a wooded area, discovered by a small search party of family and friends this past Wednesday, 1 week after she was reported missing, or last seen, I should say specifically. I spoke with her mother, Donna Hale, earlier today. She tells me that, per her limited information of the investigation into who's responsible for the death of her daughter, police are only indicating to her that it is going in a positive direction. We did speak about funeral arrangements which have been set for Barnett, and we also spoke of a fund which has been set up in her name to help cover funeral costs. As I mentioned a few moments ago in our funeral services portion of the show, visitation is set for this Wednesday of this week from 10 in the morning till 1. A memorial in Christina's honor is set for the same afternoon at 1 o'clock. Now, visitation and services will be at the Louisa Free Will Baptist Church. Now, this is a memorial service that is being conducted under the care of the Phelps and Sons Funeral Home. Excuse me. You can make a donation if you would like to do so to help cover costs of funeral services at any BB&T location. Her mother tells me that Christina didn't have any insurance or anything of that nature to help pay for funeral costs, and that they have financed the money to go ahead and cover those costs. But if anyone would like to donate any funds in her honor to help offset that, feel free to do so. You can do so in the name of Christina Barnett by mailing them to the estate of Christina Barnett, 4985, Kentucky Route 201 in Sitka. The zip code is 41255. And once again, you can make a donation at any BB&T bank location. Once again, should you like to help the family in honor of their lost loved one, Christina, you can mail it to estate of Christina Barnett, 4985 Kentucky Route 201, Sitka, Kentucky, 41255. I invited Donna to speak with us at any time that she desired to do so about her daughter's death and the investigation, or anything that she would like to share with the public. She said that's something that she would probably like to do at a later date. With that said, we'll go on to a couple of other reports before we leave you for, I wanted to say weekend so bad, not even close. We'll talk about your weekend weather, though, when I get to the weather. For now, let's talk about high school football scores. We're halfway, can you believe it, halfway through the season already. Some teams are, well, doing quite well, including our McGoffin County Hornets, who are now 4-1 and still averaging 40 points a game. If my math is correct, now around 42 points a game average. This after a big win over Knott County Central on the road last Friday night, 48-8. McGoffin County sitting at 4-1 halfway through the season. 2-1 in district play, one win, of course, in regional action, and that puts them back at home. They've got 2 home games in a row and only 3 left out of the last 5 games. This Friday night, they'll be hosting Breathitt County. That puts McGoffin County, looks like, around 9 rungs down the ladder in Class 3A high school football. As far as this past Friday night in offense, well, they had a pretty good showing, obviously, with 48 points on the board. Clay Elam, as far as offense, 93 yards, 4 touchdowns. And Matt Patton, 36 yards. Ryan Jenkins, 24 yards, 1 touchdown. Jenkins passed 6 completions for 135 yards. And for receiving, Patton, 3 receptions for 91 yards. And also he picked up 2 touchdowns on the defensive side of the ball. Well, it looks like Josh Poe, with 3 tackles, 8 assists for a total of 11. Number 58, Williams, 1 tackle, 9 assists for a total of 10. Gray, 2 with 7 for a total of 9. And Puckett, 2 tackles with 5 assists for a total of 7 tackles. Pretty good run at the ball. Tiger football over in Johnson County, another big win. They're at 5-1. They've actually got 6 games behind them thus far. 5-1 season average, 3-1 in district play. They are at Fairview, October the 11th. They've got an off week this week. That will put everyone back on even keel. 56 though to 6 over Phelps this past Friday night. Golden Eagle football, another win, 69-14. They are undefeated over at Johnson Central. That's right. They will be at Ironton, Ohio this Friday night on the road looking for their 6th win in a row of 2013. And the Cougars took a loss to Pike Central 29-13 this past Friday night, and they're now behind the 8 ball in the season right now. They are 2-3 for the season. They'll be at Jackson County this Friday night. Now it's time to wrap it up for this Monday at least with your Licking Valley RECC powered forecast. A low of 56 degrees tonight. I topped out at 77 earlier today. Didn't last that long. We're already at 72 and falling for the early program. And we had winds moving out there 3 to 5 miles per hour. Nothing serious. Cloudy skies for the most part of the day. They're going to hang on tight throughout the night. Look for a little patchy fog in the morning after 2. And look for it to disappear in the morning hours after we see mostly sunny skies on your Tuesday. 79. That's close to 80 in my book. A low of 59. Clear skies continuing after the clouds are gone and the fog in the morning. A beautiful Tuesday in store. AM fog on Wednesday. 81. Mostly sunny. A few clouds late. Mostly sunny. A little bit of a chance of showers on Thursday, but we're still hovering right around 80 degrees all week long, a low of 62, nearly picture-perfect week. The forecast is going back and forth between that slight chance of some showers close to midweek, but right now we're gonna hold pat to what I think is going to be a really nice week ahead, and Friday looks to be mostly sunny, another daytime high of 80. Oh, but things are changing for the weekend. We'll start off with a little sun. I'm hoping that we'll get a full day in Saturday. Still too far out to call. We'll see partly sunny skies. Cold front's coming in. It is going to give us some showers and some storms possibly. I'm hoping it's going to be later than earlier on Saturday. Hopefully we'll get at least a half of the weekend in, because the second half, definitely not so much. 68 if we're lucky, a low of 45. Maybe a little sunshine before Sunday's over, but that cool air is going to be what you're really going to feel, and it's going to stick around for a few days thereafter. That's, as I say, my time. Thank you so much for being a part of it, and we hope you'll join us back here tomorrow night for more of Your News Today.